Ladies and gentlemen of Port Royal, Pennsylvania, we thank you for joining us this evening for the IMT East Coast USAC Sprint Cars presented by Bear Den Farms. Ruts, guts, but no crutch. This is the USAC East Coast Sprint Cars. Listen for the roar coming out of 4. We take the green.
Good side-by-side start down the front stretch. Aiken and Helming, they battle for position. Aiken up top. Danner trying to get in the mix. Aiken, he's going to lose the spot. That's going to allow Danner to run up down the backstretch and take the lead.
Well, that didn't take long. However, Aiken really kind of got run out of real estate there by the 78 car. 3 wide for second. Kenny Miller's looking on the bottom.
Briggs Danner, your leader. Kenny Miller up into third. Can he challenge Ed Aiken for that runner-up spot as he dives to the bottom side of the speedway? Battling behind them for the 6th spot. We've got 3 cars in the mix heading into turn 3.
Aiken working topside. Miller on the bottom for second. Schweikert and Dravicki working along for that 4th spot. Meanwhile, up front, Briggs Danner continues to stretch his legs. Mick DeAugustino looking pretty good. He's into the top 6 as he's gotten around Bruce Buckwalter. Tommy Kunzman now looking to make a charge on Buckwalter. Battle continues for second. Aiken on the bottom. Kenny Miller seems to have taken over. Great side-by-side racing from about 6th on back. 2 and 3 wide racing.
Looks like Ed Aiken just having a bit of trouble there through 3 and 4, working the middle side of the speedway, not getting the grip that he was looking for as Dravicki now tight to him heading into turn 1. He'll dive to the inside, battling for that 3rd spot. Not able to make the pass as they're side by side behind them for 5th.
Mick DeAugustino now working his way into the top 5. I talked to Ed Aiken during the redraw. He said, just trying to figure out that new DRC chassis. He'll get her dialed in throughout the season. Meanwhile, up front, doesn't look like Briggs Danner quite stretching his legs like he did in the heat race. Kenny Miller's keeping him at bay.
Yeah, that last lap, Kenny Miller was just a hair faster than that of the 39 of Briggs Danner. There was a 1.1 second gap between your top 2 cars. This time by 1 even. Kenny Miller still just a touch faster than that of Briggs Danner.
Miller seems to be working the diamond line up through 1 and 2. See what he does down through 3 and 4. A little bit lower getting in. Touches the cushion and drives off. Meanwhile, mid-pack, Jason Cherry coming up through the field. It looks like he's under attack with Tommy Kunzman within the top 10.
Kunzman drops outside the top 10 as Glatfelder takes the 10th spot away at the line. As we come out of turns 3 and 4 right now, we'll have 17 laps remaining with Briggs Danner, your leader, Kenny Miller in second, Stephen Dravicki, Ed Aiken, and then Bruce Buckwalter. That's your top 5.
Bruno now looking for a slider on DeAugustino. That's going to be for the 6th spot. Pulls it off. Dravicki now has caught Kenny Miller the 3rd for second.
He looks inside of him here in 1 and 2. Not able to stick enough to make the pass as Miller works the top side and holds him off. Briggs Danner opened his lead back up to 1.3 seconds, and this battle for second could help him out a bit. But Kenny Miller able to keep Dravicki behind him as they come off of turn 4. There's a slower car on the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. Got enough power. Don't believe it's going to be enough to affect anybody, but a yellow is called.
We got a car rolling to a stop going into turn number 3. Looks as if that's Tony Jackson. Jackson joining us with his Super Sportsman car. McCoy Brothers on the side of that. Goes up lane going into turn 3. Not quite what Briggs Danner wanted to see. And we have also the 83S of Billy Nye pulling up on the.
Danner getting back into the rhythm there a little bit. Kenny Miller had cut the lead to 1 second. He opened back up to 1.3 seconds before the caution. Miller having to deal with some battles from Dravicki, looking to his inside, just trying to break his focus just a touch to allow Danner to open the lead up just a bit.
So we're going this time by Danner, Miller, Dravicki, Aiken, and Buckwalter, the top 5. Let's see if anybody's got anything for the Boulevard Truck Repair number 39. Green is out, down the home stretch into turn number 1.
Seems like a very good start for the 39 of Briggs Danner. Dravicki trying to go up a lane higher. Miller not letting the 39 out of his sights, and the yellow flag will wave.
Yellow's out. Billy Nye trying to get into the outside pit area, and he was denied. So another restart.
Pretty good corner there to the last. A quick caution.
This time by the chalk line 4, nose to 10. Watching record. They said they're not off yet. Keep going. We're going this time by.
Now we're going this time by. Danner once again with that high line in 3 and 4 to take off. Miller ducks low. We got green.
Green flag out. Miller keeping with Danner. He's going to go down low. Danner up to the top shelf. Dravicki up a lane higher than that. Miller right there on the tail of the 39 as Danner tries to run away down the backstretch.
Christian Bruno coming from 6 to challenge Bruce Buckwalter, and Ed Aiken now for a top 4 spot. 3 wide for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, up front, Miller giving a run for his money to Briggs Danner.
Danner slides it into one here through the middle and up top. Miller, he's staying down a lane lower than Danner. They are nose to tail off the exit of 2 as cars battle behind them, and we head into 3.
Through 3 and 4, Danner using a high line. Miller through the middle, pulls wheel to wheel with Briggs Danner down the home stretch.
Miller really good in 3 and 4 right now. Danner just a touch better in 1 and 2. Danner, he'll go a lane lower on entry here, trying to block Kenny Miller III from getting any kind of advantage as they head into turn 3. The 23M has been very good these last few times through 3 and 4. Can he pull alongside Danner once again? Not this time as we got 12 to go.
Danner knows Miller's there, but don't count out the degree 19 of Steven Dravicki. Working through the middle this time. Just a few car lengths off that lead duo, and here comes Christian Bruno into the top 5, into the top 4.
Dravicki hanging just right there in the mix. The wheels are turning, not just on the track, but in the mind of the 39 of Briggs Danner. Where is the 23M going to challenge him from next? It's been down to the inside time and time again. Danner likes to use a little bit more of the speed palace, but Kenny Miller just staying right there to apply pressure.
Everybody middle high. Bruno wrapping the inside guardrail like it's a blacktop track, and he is now catching the top 3.
Can Christian Bruno make this a 4-horse race? He goes down low as the other 3 cars work the top side of the corner as your top 4 cars become to go nose to tail down the backstretch.
We are 10 laps to go, and we are setting up for a finish here. 2 by 2. Miller underneath Danner that time, can't make anything work. Meanwhile, Bruno under attack here, looking to the inside of Dravicki for 3rd, wheel-to-wheel at a 2.
Bruno not able to make the pass that last time by. The only driver, though, Christian Bruno, in the 22-second bracket that last lap. One of the fastest cars on the track currently sits in 4th, trying to get into a podium spot as our top 2 cars continue to battle.
Danner really whipped it into turn 1 that time, really opened up the gap there for Kenny Miller. They go side by side. Danner says, no, not yet.
As they go into 3, Miller allows Danner to get some gap. Is that an opportunity to just grabs some traction through 3 and 4. Not enough to make the pass. 7 laps to go. We go into 1. Danner, low. Miller, lower, trying to pull alongside. He will in turn 2. Danner, able to keep him at bay.
Battle for third now. Brewing up between Dravicki and Bruno. Bruno not giving up on the inside. We're almost 3 wide for the lead coming out of turn number 4. 4 cars under a blanket. Who's it going to be?
We're almost 3 wide. Maybe we were almost 4 wide off of turn 4 as we got cars continuing to battle for position up front. Miller's got the advantage off 2. They're side by side for the lead. Going into turn 3, Briggs Danner shuts the door on Miller. Can Miller hold on to the car and keep in contention? 3rd and 4th right there in the mix. 4 cars battling for the win.
Bruno's hoping for a couple of those long slides, and he's running the bottom rail. Here comes Bruno on the bottom on Kenny Miller now. Kenny makes something work. Danner knows he's under attack. Everybody, Danner's going to win this. Danner's going to win that. This is a dogfight.
Bruno trying to make something work down low. He's going to open up a lane for himself. He says, Kenny Miller, pardon me, I want that second spot. 4 laps to go. Can he catch the 39 of Briggs Danner?
Oh my, Brad, 4 laps to go, and this one's going to come right down to the wire. Christian Bruno, only a handful of sprint car starts. Got his first win at Port Royal last season here. Danner, a veteran now for the Wingless Series, and Kenny Miller and Dravicki follow.
Bruno started in 11th. He's up to 2nd, challenging for the lead. He's got the lead away off of turn 2. Briggs Danner fights back on the top side. He's got the advantage as they head into turn 3.
Side by side down the back through number 3 and 4. Can Bruno pull this upset off over Briggs Danner? We're going to find out. Nicole says popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go. Down into turns 1 and 2. Bruno wraps the bottom. Danner slides high. We got a slow car in the middle. Christian Bruno takes the lead. Uses the slow car as a pick. Christian Bruno, new race leader.
Briggs Danner, can he fight back? We're going to come to the white flag as Christian Bruno, officially your leader with 1 lap to go. Can the 17B hold on? Here comes Danner, hard into 1. Did he get in too hot? Does that give Christian Bruno enough space to pull away with this one?
Danner gave her all she's got. Down into 3 and 4. Danner's going to ship it in. Bruno wraps the bottom. Danner washes up. Through 3 and 4, coming out of 4, Danner's going to try to cross. Christian Bruno is the season winner opener at Port Royal Speedway. USAC IMT presented by Bear Den Farms.
Briggs Danner, Kenny Miller, they are your top 3. Man, oh man, what a night it's been. 2 great A mains from 410s to the USAC East Coast Wingless Sprint Cars. It all comes down to the final laps here at Port Royal Speedway. Christian Bruno steals it in the final 2 laps. Christian Bruno comes from 11th to win here tonight. What an impressive run for that A-main win for Christian Bruno. And we've still got one more feature on tap with the Wingless Super Sportsman still to come. We will look to go 3 for 3 on the night with great finishes here so far. As you can see, Christian Bruno getting the shove as they celebrate coming down the front chute here, as we will head down to victory lane to get a word with the winner, Christian Bruno in the 17B.
Christian Bruno, your feature winner tonight in the IMT USAC East Coast Sprint Cars Opener presented by Bear Den Farms. Hoosier Tire neckband, USAC medal. Nicole Flood's decking them out down here. The Hoosier poker chip is number 20. Let's move around to this front of the car here and check out this Bentley Truck Services number 17. I owe you $1,500. Congratulations. Christian, holy cow, you started to really wrap that bottom. And my, oh my, I saw it about halfway through. You were running it like a pavement track. And I said, man, he might get to that front crew, and you did, and you made quick work of it.
Yeah, sometimes having the bad heat race isn't too bad there. It's, starting in the back, you get to see you get to try a bunch of lines out. I kind of tried the top here, tried the bottom. I was able to find that bottom line. I found it down here first. And then, man, it really came over there. I had to be on the brakes pretty much at the flag stand there. So, no, I knew when the 69K wins, it's going to be pretty slick out there. So we made some wholesale changes from the heat race. We backed up pretty bad there. But new shock program, Jimmy Rollin, I can't thank him enough. I can just get off these turns so well. And, Bentley Truck Services, Jay's Bars and Grill, everyone on this car, Donate Life, Stinger Race Fuel. I love non-wing sprint car racing, and this place is always so cool. Cool to have a lot of cars here, and we're going to keep on plugging away at this season.
That's awesome. Yeah, pretty much if we could race Port Royal every weekend, you'd be down for that. This seems to be a place that you really come to take a love to.
Yeah, I always like kind of the bigger half miles, really sweeping. You can really move around a lot, and, this place is fast. And I growing up watching on TV, watching all the races here. So, a lot of film time I watch and stuff. So, yeah, I was getting under that yellow flag. I didn't know there was that many laps left. So I was like, okay, we're making pretty good progress here. And, yeah, man, that bottom came in. I don't know if their tires went away or what, but I knew if I could kind of save a tire and, really slow roll the bottom, you had to really, really get it slow down there. And that was kind of my saving grace because I'd show them my nose and they try to get down there and they just blow it. So it was almost kind of better for me. And my only concern with Steven Dravicki, if you show him the bottom, usually he'll take it away from you. So really, really happy to get this done for my mom and dad. We put a lot of hours in this car, and it's really cool to start off the year with a win.
All right, we thank you for coming. We hope you're going to join us all season long with the USAC Series. And we got a good old Super Sportsman wingless race coming up here. Thank you so much, Christian. Great run.
Thank you.
Christian Bruno, and a thrilling feature winner at the USAC East Coast Sprint Car Series.
So Christian Bruno, $1,500 richer, as here are the unofficial results. Christian Bruno, the winner in 17B. Second goes to the 39 of Briggs Danner. Third, the 23M of Kenny Miller. The third. Fourth, the 19 of Stephen Drickey. Dravicki, and rounding out the top 5, the 7K of Ed Aiken. Finishing 6th, the 67 of Jason Cherry. Finishing 7th, the 51 of Mike Hagenbottom. And 8th goes to the 42 of Kyle Spence. Finishing 9th is the 21K of Tommy Koonsman, and rounding out the top 10, Chris Allen Jr. in 71. Finishing 11th, the 27 of Jacob Galloway. Finishing 12th, the 96 of Tim Glatfelder. Finishing 13th is the 91D of Mike DiAgostino. Finishing 14th to 78 of Dale Schweikart. Finishing 15th to 37 of Jordan Fulton. Finishing 16th to 1 of Patrick Chillamunk. Finishing 17th to 83 of Bruce Buckwalter. Finishing 18th to 88 of Tony Jackson. And finishing 19th to 83 of Billy Nye.
So next up, 20 laps of wingless super sportsmen. For their A main, here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole out of McAllisterville, PA, in car number 44 will be Dexter Ernzeller. And to his outside in car number 59 from Mechanicsburg, PA, is Steve Wilbur.